Привет. Okay, some more feedback for DE Climax competitive. I don't know why I read the competitive here. Okay, I just gave my feedback in the game and I had a couple more things to say. So, stockpiling feedback or playability onto the middle a little bit more. I was very impressed by these angles. I was holding here. I was like a little bit wide peeking this. I think, firstly, to really sell the point of middle. Sorry, human choose box. You could widen this angle a little bit more. Give it the CTs some playability here. So maybe pushing the wall a little bit that way and giving them a little bit like a little ledge that they could like a little bit wide peek that. I think the door is positioned in a kind of an awkward way. In that playing around it is kind of clunky, if you know what I mean. I think it also should be a little bit deeper that way that you can like hard clear everything inside this without exposing yourself at all from here to here. So like if you hug this wall, you're not exposed to there, right? So you can like clear that, and then from here you have already cleared the back wall there. Pushing the bell tower a little bit towards there, like now it's like, you know, positioned here to here. I mean, now it's positioned here, so maybe have it like here to here, so that there exist two very clean angles. So one from here to here, and then this angle would be a little bit wider, so that players are more exposed to it. Right now, I think it's kind of missing the point of it, of like clear angle peeking, and it seems like a little bit of an accident, if you know what I mean. But what makes me think that it's not an accident is that you have all these positions that you can smoke off the doorway very convincingly. Yeah, I think the church tower, or not church tower, bell tower needs a little bit more interesting pathing around it. So everything is flat around it. So maybe you could add some sort of a height variation. So maybe this area here could be actually on this level up until here and have the stairs down like that. And then up until here, you could have like a little bit of a differentiation between height levels. So yeah, this could act like a little pit that players can push, or CTs could push into and then hold around. I don't really know if that's something you want to do, but could make the midfield a little bit more dynamic. Right now it's just, there is gameplay here, but the angles are not that refined, and kind of feels boring when you really get down with the details of it. When I was retaking here, there were a couple positions where like I didn't know at what point I am covered when I'm pushing and clearing these. So that's something you wanna just, I guess, in single players, go around, try to clear, like peek every position and see if it feels good. And if you can clear positions, like for example like here, can I clear this position without exposing myself, for example, like to the whole back area here? Yes, you can. That's good, right? Then when I peek this, am I peeking here, clearing these positions, and at the same time exposing myself too much, for example, to the main? No, I'm not. So I think from that design standpoint, I think it's very well designed in that way. I think this box could have another box right next to it, but not 64 units, maybe like 48 or something, just to make it a little bit better and a little bit safer for from like, you know, you peek this, you're not exposed anymore, and then you have a little bit more time to clear the back plat or backside positions. There was one moment when I was retaking the bonsai, I think it was T1's head that I saw over there. I think he was like hugging the back wall here, and he didn't see me, but I saw his head, so that kind of gave him away. Yeah, apart from that, I think... Oh, this is one position that I do have feedback. So maybe making this in a way... Like, this is a 50-50, okay? Here, you don't have a 50-50, but you do have a 50-50 here. Even though it's not a 50-50. I mean, it is a 50-50, but it's the only one. I think this could be touched a little bit up more with a little bit of nuance. What I mean by that is when you're pushing up like that, clearing that and this, from this side, you have to worry about CT, this pillar, the, you know, that room over there, and then you have like that back corner, this, and behind there is a little nuke, if you know what I mean. Maybe you could move this cover to be here, so that, and actually remove this pillar here from here. I don't really know if it's needed. Maybe you could actually keep it, I don't know. But yeah, move this cover here, and actually move it ever so slightly, so it gives a little bit more cover when you're peeking this. Maybe you could even separate it from the wall like this much, and then have the box. What that does is that you can wide peek this a little bit more, a little bit convincingly, clear that angle, and then wide swing over it. And it creates this nice little pocket here where you can, it's kind of hard to clear as a T. So that would, I think that would encourage players to not even peek that at all. Maybe even smoke this up and then push into the cubby. And now you have T side control. Actually, well, fuck. We're gonna have to wait. I'm not gonna restart the round for everyone here. We're on a server at least. So yeah, with this smoke on the ground, now you have made a little bit more of a secure space for yourself. And it's actually, with those specific settings, this area would be more secure for the counter-terrorists as well. So I think that's something you want to look into. Oh, you have these super wall bangable walls. I don't really know if these are that good for gameplay, since, you know, it's kind of a one and done spot to be here anyway, and you know, players can stick through the walls. Trust me, I have experience in that. Especially the Bloody Daryl player models. Yeah, I already gave you on the CT spawn size and the T side size. I guess it's in a spawn position. It's nice to have like a little bit more space, but I think this is kind of an overkill. It also means that when you're rotating through, you are super fucking exposed, and you're not really, you don't really feel secure in any place. This I thought could have some sort of little hole here, but not really a hole that you can peek through and challenge the middle upper, but some sort of way to drop down into this position here. Why? Here's why. You don't necessarily want to, I mean, when the CT is positioned here with the op, you don't necessarily want to peek this, like this op angle might become super dangerous or super overpowered. You can hold it like that, or you can hold a little bit like wide peek like that. So maybe a breakable thing going through from this side of the wall, going in and then coming out from here. So something that you can like break and drop down from the middle. That's not really based on anything that I experienced in this game, but it's more of a gut feeling that I have when it comes to the counter-terrorist hopping in the mid. Or maybe it's perfect. Exactly. When you're pushing as a T, I think this area needs like one more box that you can hide behind as a T. Not necessarily here, but maybe here. Because this is a position that you're throwing flashes over the wall, right? You're flashing your teammates in, probably throwing one flash over there, over that wall, maybe straight ahead. So while you're flashing or setting up for the take, you know, a CT might pop up. And what do you do? What do you do in that position? You're like, oh fuck, I'm in a fucking corner. There's no cover here. So maybe, you know, spot hide behind the cover that's given to you in that position. For peeking, this didn't feel that good. Having it like 45 degree. It's fine to have the 45-degree here, but make it a little bit smaller so that T's are more covered up until here, and then they can, when they're closer to this wall, they can check that position. Right now, you know, as you're entering to the bomb site, you have to clear this position, like, you know, hug the wall, peek like that. You're exposed to everything else. Or if you wide peek from back here, you know, they can see you pretty much here. And this is also exposed to so many positions here. So it might create this situation where you're trying to enter to the bomb site and you're just like peeking into a death trap of sorts. This wall didn't really do anything. This little hidey hole here was nice. It's out in the open. It's very dangerous to be in as a CT, but it surprised a couple players a couple times. That's nice. Some pacing here as well. I feel like this is too much of a choke point on the bomb site. Maybe you could move this box ever so slightly, as in 128 units like that, so it creates this little Z. You can still smoke it, but it's like, or maybe the Z's should be the other way around, so maybe moving these boxes to like here. That's my Discord going off, by the way, people leaving from the voice call. Maybe that would make it so that if when you're hugging this wall, you can like clear the backside of the box then. I think that would work. Yeah, it's like from back here you could clear the backside of the box. I don't really like that the heaven, like you're exposed to the heaven from here. So maybe you could make the balcony actually make a doorway here, like that, and then this is walled up. So if you want to peek onto the back of the bomb site, you have to actually like stand on the railing or just jump down and push it. But yeah, maybe make a doorway like that, and then you wouldn't really, or actually make the stairs like here, and then make this not playable. Back like with that, with those changes done, you wouldn't really have this issue of like having the headshot angles here, and then you would make the balcony more of a area that you have to like push into and then hold, and then pushing down from it would be even more of a thing. Make that a skill jump, so you wouldn't necessarily have to like get boosted up from here, but get boosted on the box and you can jump on the outside of the railing. Usually CSGO maps have like this side of the railing is made so that you can stand on it. Make that. Oh, and some sort of a way from bomb side, maybe like here, some sort of a electric like tab that you could jump on this and then jump from there to there. Also, I think that the under balcony position is a little bit too big. Retaking from CT, it's fine, it's big, and I think this building is also like kind of reminiscent of the, you know, you just doesn't really make sense. It's a very skinny building. Maybe in Malta you would see something like that, but yeah. So yeah, you could make it a little bit wider. Maybe like this area here is fine, but maybe like make it a little bit wider here. Oh, and then from here you could make some sort of a roof that you can walk on, and then retake up until this. Like, retaking is usually what makes it so hard on many maps, is that you can't really get close to the bomb site. So maybe making it so that you can like go up here and then push, stand on top of the roof, clear positions like that and here, and then drop down and push to the bomb site. But yeah, this map didn't really have a retaking problem that much. Maybe that's a bad thing to have very easy retakes, from the point that, like, you know, early in the round, like taking the bomb site is usually easier than retaking because you have a full utility. And yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that goes to the taking ability of many bomb sites. But yeah, right now, you know, later on you don't really have your utility anymore, so you can't block off areas. You can't really Also, the time when it comes to like where the players can be late round, they could many late rounds. The situation is that the players can be anywhere because deep CT has been cleared, connectors have been cleared. The terrorist players can be sitting anywhere, and the bomb is planted. Like you have to pretty much retake everything if you don't have any information. So I think that retaking is harder from that side of things. Plus the utility side of things as well. But yeah, I can't really talk on the retake ability of the map. I'm gonna lose my voice soon, so I think that's all of the feedback I have. But damn, it was fun. It was a hard map, basically only because of the choke points were hard, but the opportunity that you get in mid, that you can take it so easily. I mean, as a T, you can get really far into it, and you can actually fight over the control of the mid. I think those reasons made the map very enjoyable, and we had like good legit fights, if you know what I mean. All right, that's it.